Welcome back to Third World Cycling. Haven't uploaded that video in a while. Um, didn't do the Saturday group rides, the general group rides and Palisados, but so no footage on that. We did in prep for Negril, which is this coming weekend in 2 days on Saturday, holiday weekend. Right, so the Mount Rasa. There's a video uploading now, so you should be seeing it shortly. And just the climb, Mount Rasa climb. This was recorded maybe 2 weeks ago. This is the midweek Wednesday ride. Midweek Wednesday ride. I don't remember what happened, so I'll just be talking and watching. So one excitement, one thing almost happened. There was a close call on this ride. Luckily, nobody went down, and everything turned out well. And also, previous week and weekend gone, I fell off my bike on my Instagram. Helmet cracked, completely broke. So luckily, it was the helmet and not my skull. Small bruise on the shoulder. No pain. Some small bruise on the hand. Right. So this ride, it was tough. I mean, the Wednesday rides are always tough, right? So we're just speeding through this, and we captured quite a bit of the footage, you know. So just gonna talk through what happened on this app. I was with them maybe 85% of the way, going and coming, up and down for each loop. And it's a Wednesday. I'm doing this voiceover on a Wednesday, and we just did the ride 4:30 today, and it was promised to be an easy ride because Negril coming up, but man, it's tough. I did better on it. I wasn't recording because the helmet with the mount is broken, and my spear helmet doesn't have a mount for the GoPro, and I don't plan to put a mount on that one because that helmet is light. I mean, I was wearing it today, and it's just new. It's like I'm not wearing anything, and I was wondering why I don't wear this helmet more. It's so light. Right, so maybe I'll have a replacement helmet coming. It's on order, so I should get it by tomorrow. Hopefully I get it at the least Friday, so I can have it. But if not, I have the spare, and it's light enough. It's very light, so but I don't want to mount the GoPro on that. So we'll see. So we're speeding through because nothing much happens, you know. Rotating, doing the thing, and I'm just trying to stay on. You know, this is oral in front, and see, pulled off because Virgin bring up the pace. So I swing off. So I think I slowed down here for something. I think this is now going back. So this is starting off the second loop. Don't ask me why I slowed down. Here. No. And for some reason, don't know. Happened. I don't remember what happened. So now 4 minutes in, and we're heading back to, like, not 4 minutes in the ride, but we're heading back to Port Royal on the second loop. Right? I remember. I just stepped away from my computer while doing the voiceover. Like a clown. So this is Nancy in front of me. Nancy always leaves a gap in front of her. I sometimes have a gap. I've been told that I ride off the wheel as well. So I'm trying to do better. Today was a good ride. I mean, it was tough, but I managed to stay with them to not get dropped in the first loop. So I only got dropped in the going for the third and coming. Yeah, going for the third and a third. So I only got dropped once. So maybe they were taking it easy. Alright, so back in real time, real time mode now. So maybe something happened. I mean this video is 22 minutes long, so I promise there's some excitement right close to the middle. So just to give a full and this is what I say masterclass. I call this masterclass they call it classroom because you come in and you really learn how to manage a pace, manage yourself at high intensity. So right here now is Oral in his tribe shirt. He was saying really rider. So I got dropped. Good manage. So we're heading jump forward now and they're heading back to Kingston. So this is the headwind portion of the ride. I joined. So this is the start of the end of the second loop. So this is them going to the end of the second. That's what it should be. Yes. Alright. End of the second loop and we're back. It always stays together, you know, for the most part. But it always stays together. Even though it's a high pace ride, it's still a managed ride. And if you notice, there's no overlay of the speed because this video is so edited. Syncing the speed and the map location and the geometrics is what they call it. Too difficult. So it's there in the beginning to give an idea of the average pace. This is the headwind portion. So the average pace is around 23-24 miles per hour in the headwind. And then 28-30 coming back up. So everybody taking them turn. I have at this stage I have 2 turns before I get dropped. Two turns before I get dropped. Yeah? 2 turns. So if one turn, one more turn, that's it for me at this pace. Because there's no letting up. You just keep going. I think I slowed down here for a reason. And the road is bad, right? So I think here, let me see. So you see Gavin dodged that patrol and I barely missed it, and I think Nancy's on my wheel. And she screamed out. That was the first scream for today's ride, this ride. There are at least 2. Right? There were at least 2 screams. It's like I barely missed it. So I slowed down here again. I think this is where I got dropped again. As I said, yes. This is where I got dropped again. So right here, when I went to the back, I was like, I might be able to connect, you know. I'm saying, alright, good. Let me just connect. Then what I did wrong is went to this guy's wheel. And then I tried to get an Oral's wheel now. But see, leaving me. I'm dead. Can't connect. Can't connect. So we're now about halfway in the ride. Coincidentally, we're halfway in the video. Right? Halfway in the ride now. So this is heading to Kingston. So here you can see them gone. And at this point I was saying, you know, I finished for the day. I just ride in. So I was taking my time going in. And then by the time I hold up my head, I saw them coming. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with them. Try not to get dropped this time. So this is them. This is the last route. So I said, alright. Let me try not to. Drop this time. So I'm rotating back. So I'm behind Paul here. Right. So and pay attention to this position, right? You have Nancy in the grey, you have Paul in the white, and I'm on Paul's wheel. Right? I'm on Paul's wheel. Now we have Elizabeth in front of, in the white, in front of Nancy. So pay attention to this. Alright? So we're rotating up. I'm at the back, I think. I'm last man, I believe. Don't remember. So doing some rotations now, I believe, yes. And one thing when riding with a group is you pay attention to whose wheel you're on, and when them coming up by, you slot in. One of the key things, they just need to watch one person, and it's the person whose wheel you're on. That's if in a nicely managed group ride, when everybody is sharing the work. Alright. So we have Gavin on the front now. Right. Gavin doing thing big. We have Elizabeth on the front. Then we have Nancy swing. And now Paul is on the front, doing him thing. Right. Paul swing, my turn. So I just roll through. So we're rolling back to the back now. We're going to the back. Right? So I'm rolling. I'm looking out for Paul. Not starting. So Paul came up behind me. So I'm just looking. So Paul skip. Paul skip everybody. He was now looking for the wheel. And boom. Like after the slow motion. Like he was looking to see and he looked, boom, rubber on the wheel, overlapped, and almost went down. And then Nancy screamed out because Nancy was right on his wheel, as she was, you know. So almost went down, and it was so good that he didn't. Maybe if it was anybody else, me, I'd probably gone. Right? So tried a little chase to catch back the main pack. Alright. But I didn't have it. And we have a solar flare because we're going into the sunset. As generally, yeah, we're going into the sunset. This is to this wherever the sun sets. Okay. And this video should have been uploaded a while now, but been busy. Didn't get to do this voiceover because I mean nobody wants to just sit and watch 20 minutes of bicycling without any commentary or voiceover. It makes it a little bit more interesting to watch. I got dropped again. Right? So we're heading back to Kingston, and this is the last stretch where it gets excited to more extent. So when I'm in it, you'll see I'm almost never in it. So I'd say, all right, let me just try and stay with them all the way. So we're going now, so we're just gonna speed through this. Everyone's fine. I turned before reaching to Port Royal. Nancy turned, but Paul didn't turn. Paul doesn't cheat. So this is Bertrand on the front. Doing his dig. Going hard. You see there's a little gap between me and him. Look at, and he did a longer turn that I would have liked, as I'm suffering, right? I remember this, I was suffering. Right, so I just roll through. Roll through, so we have Aura said something to Nancy. So right in this little bit, I said I was not gonna get dropped, so I had to even be sprinting to stay on the wheel. Sprinting to stay on the wheel. And this is in a headwind, you know. This is a headwind, and behind Elizabeth, there's no drafts. See how small she is? There's no draft. So I moved up past her. Get behind the bigger guys. I can get a little bit of draft. So just do my roll through, take myself, get back in rotation as best as I can, as them going, right? Going, and at this point we're still doing 20, 22, 23, probably 24, because I mean I'm suffering at this, I don't even know. They could be going 1. I don't know. And today was harder. Every time I'm doing these voiceovers, I just keep yawning. I don't want to sleep. Kind of late at night still. So the voiceovers we've done at 9:45. So second turn. So remember the number? 2 turns on the front. And that's it for me. But I was a bit persistent in this one. I didn't want to get trapped. So we're almost there now. Almost at it. So right here, I did a little surfing. So Laura can go in. Laura is a steady wheel to be on. And for some, you get a good draw from Laura. Is not much bigger than, but she rides a little higher. So a little draw from Laura. So I say, alright, Laura wheel is a safe wheel. So where are we now? So we are going 24. Was able to add the overlay for this last bit. Right. So we're going 25. For today's ride, if you notice on these rides, my cadence is like 70, 75, 80. For today's ride, I was averaging maybe 100 cadence. So for today's ride, my cadence was pretty high. So EF education first. Coming up. These guys are always in the same jersey most of the time. That's always in the same place, a team sport. So we're coming down to the last stretch now, and this is where the cross headwind is even worse because there's no trees to the side where those cars are. That's the seaside. So here, so the wind is always the toughest. Right? So it's right now it's fighting for wheel. I'm on Laurie's wheel, and people try coming up the middle. All kind of things happening here, so right. And then there's a little slope. Cadence is so low. Start pedal again. So pick up as you come into the sprint. Alright. So you can see that my cadence going up high. I should have changed gear. I should have got one gear heavier. Because my cadence improved now. I can manage 95 constantly now. But at this time of this recording, for some reason I just couldn't get high up in the cadence. Alright, so we see these guys going. And so I'm just still on Laurie's wheel, trying to stay with her. Now I thought to do a little sprint, but man, couldn't, and then they went, and that was it for me. Alright, so thanks for watching. Look out for more videos coming soon. Midweek ride highlights would be likely the next video because we're doing that on Saturday, and